panel. It cannot sublime. To see the panel, why are you standing in the way? I request you,
Achha,
please
then move.
do not raise your voice.
Move, because I'm
Lives of people are concerned, right? It is not that we be so technical. Who are you all trying to save, will you say, by not publishing the panel? Who are you all trying to save?
Can 11 is, I have solved, my lord, it can be taken.
Can 11?
Yes.
Has been served, my lord. I think.
Prior to taking up any further cans, let me see the earlier orders, please. You are aggrieved by the direction for publication of result.
I am aggrieved because of the fact that the petition is being entertained vis-a-vis this selection process. My humble submission before your lordship is that the petitioners do not have any locus standi to say or to say anything with regard to selection process touching our appointments. First,
Touching your appointment.
yes. There is a prayer for CBI. I am not opposing anything with regard to that. We are not at all concerned. We are concerned with regard to our appointments. The petitioners do not have any standing,
My lord, by your
and
lordship-
before any orders are passed, whatever is falling from your lordship,
So-
yes, so that I can know
The
what is.
board is the authority to publish the panel, and you say that it is not required.
It is not required because as of today the panel doesn't exist.
It existed at some point of time.
It has expired. Even the
It
court,
existed in some point of time.
yes,
Let me see the
but
panel.
the court,
I will see the panel whether it at all existed or not.
I will
My lord,
cite
kindly
judgments
call for
from.
the affidavit on the last occasion. Your
I
lordship
will
directed
I'll
the
be
board to
citing
file an
judgments
affidavit.
before your
You
lordship
have served us the
from
copy.
where
Kindly look
it
at
has
the
been
affidavit.
held by the Honorable Supreme Court that even the court doesn't have the power to extend or to make alive a
Wow.
panel.
Going to that
It is
step.
not that. my
Moment
lord.
there is a publication, it will be submitted before lordship that as of today there is a publication, so therefore lordship has to
No.
consider the.
No.
Let that go in. Let that go in. First,
Uh,
second is that.
Please,
Second, my lord.
please,
All are presumptive submission.
Please.
you do not know what the matter is about. You were not there in the matter from the beginning.
I have gone through the, my lord, writ petition. Because
you
you have
remain
never
with the
been,
writ
never
petition.
been served.
Please remain with the writ petition. I
My
want
lord-
to see the panel. Please give the
My
panel.
lord, may I place, my lord, the relevant parts of the writ
Oh,
petition?
sorry, I'm not
Lordship
hearing you.
dismissed.
Kindly-
Lordship
kindly
I
call
want
passes
to
any
hear
order.
you. I want to see
Affidavit.
the panel.
Kindly,
It
kindly
existed
see
at
the
one point of
affidavit
time.
filed by them.
My lord, my
It
humble.
existed at one point of time. It was the panel according to which you have been given appointment.
Yes.
I want to see the panel. It cannot sublime. The
But
panel
my humble
must be there.
submission would be lordship can always see the panel.
I will see the
But
panel.
it has to be, it cannot
will
be published
see.
in view of the fact that as of today the panel doesn't exist.
The existence of panel does
You
not
are
prohibit its
going a
publication.
step beyond. That is not the issue
There
before
has
the
to be a
court.
finality, something, somewhere.
Exactly. There has to be a finality and it will be done. Please show me the panel.
My lord, I will before passing any order, my lord, lordship would
I am
kind.
not passing any order. I want to see the panel.
I would, my lord, I will want to pray that lordship, I will be placing 2-3 paragraphs of the application and the writ petition. Lordship, kindly sees.
I want to see the panel. Why are you standing in the way? The moment you stand, the presumption
The
is that
presumption, I understand.
no
I
panel.
understand. I understand. Lordship sees it is not there. Yes.
Your clients are already there in service. Do
As
not
of today.
jeopardize their service by opening your mouth too wide. Let me see where the panel is.
Yes, ma'am.
Panel must be with the board.
Yes, this is
Yes.
what I want to see. Be happy with the panel. Your name is
Yes.
there. Why should
At
you be
whose
bothered?
instance lordship is
They are
doing?
so brilliant.
At whose instance lordship? This is the adversarial litigation lordship is
They are
taking up.
so brilliant.
They
They
don't
have
have any,
qualified.
they
Why
don't
are they
have any
afraid?
extent all unsuccessful
And they have the
candidates.
locus standi.
Unsuccessful candidates coming and saying,
You
you are
are
unsuccessful, we are not unsuccessful. The practice for some time.
Mr. Lahiri, I request you, please
Then move,
do not raise your voice.
move because of this one.
being in the practice for some time, my lord.
I have also
But
moved.
that,
Pradeep,
but that
Pradeep.
is my lord, service of the application.
affidavit.
Service of the application on all.
But my application
The lady has not come.
here.
None of the court has thrown it out.
Is this the panel? Is this the panel?
This is the evidence.
And after the division, last but one order of this.
Where is the panel?
Panel is the board, but today is not the date for production of the panel.
All right.
That's
Yes.
myself. Look, your lawsuit passed on order that publication of panel
Yes.
and first publication of panel and the production. The publication so far is
Board
concerned.
being the record is not statutory obliged to publish the
Doesn't require publication.
Where is the panel supposed to be? And it will be never made public.
Look like the lawsuit, yes, statutory of law.
Yes.
rules.
So the statutory authority are governed and not by the functions of statute do not require any publication of the panel.
What is the panel meant for?
Then for appointment, it doesn't require publication. So I'm on the word publication.
Tell me one thing. An examination is conducted. Certain persons are selected, found to be eligible. You put their names in the panel and you keep the panel with you. You keep the panel with you.
So these this is twice selection process.
Yes.
Panel or recommendation list, whatever your option is, whether it is if you are saying to the respective district primary school council, they published it and proceeded with that.
So they published it.
Well, they in their own way.
You say it was published.
Well, that's the council. Well, more
The council published.
they published it.
They published. So you must be.
Well, there is no. Well, I am on the point that the law doesn't require.
Did they publish or not?
That's one aspect.
Did they publish or not?
If they publish.
They published. You must
The
be.
requirement of law.
You must be having the panel which we forwarded to the districts. You have it. I want to see those.
That's your lordship.
Yes.
First, I'm addressing the requirement of law.
No, don't. Because it has already been published. Had it not been published, you could have said that there is no requirement of publishing. Since it has been published, please do not advance this argument. I want to see the panel.
But I tell you, law. The panel with the blood certainly we can produce, but there should not be any publication of it.
You show me if it has been published once, why can it not be published for the second time? What was the requirement in the first occasion?
No requirement, but we publish. That's why I'm trying.
Please, no. Mr. Sanyal, lives of people are concerned, right? It is not that we be so technical that we look with the, we just leaf through the pages of law. You are dealing with public lives, right? Some has got appointment, some may not have, some are eligible, some are not. So let us see what has happened.
That's why submission, the subordinate legislation is the wisdom of the legislature not to publish it.
Please show me the panel since it has been published.
My lord,
If law doesn't require, can there be a writ of mandamus?
We will see to that. You show me the panel first.
order of the division bench, why it is. Sir, my application is for term number 12. Division bench has said.
What is the affidavit for? What is the affidavit
That order has
for?
been challenged before the Supreme Court, my lord, and it has been rejected.
Because the law can consider the law's last order.
30th
Yes.
November. 30th November.
Evidence is
Second
nothing
page.
but excuses for not
Second page.
publishing the panel. My lord, kindly check the rules.
I asked. Division bench in order is
Yes, in the rules, there is a publication one, no?
why are you agree?
For whom you are appearing, Mr. Judge?
Who are you all trying to save, will you say, by not publishing the panel? Who are you all trying to save? What are you trying to protect?
Question of bringing anyone.
Why? Why will you not publish it? You are giving public employment. It is not that you are engaging somebody privately in your house.
The process cannot be by the drawing of the process.
By the board to the requirement. That means, my lord, that point was urged that there is no requirement for publication of the panel. That they have argued the board that we have already published the panel. The division bench has stated, considered that whether panel has been published and prepared, and upon that satisfaction, pass necessary orders. So, on the last occasion, my lord, it was submitted that what was published was the breakup of marks and not the panel. Now, my lord, the panel for two things. publication of the panel and preparation. Panel has been prepared admittedly. They should produce it before your lordship. Now, whether the publication in the website or not, that will be decided by your lordship. First, it should be produced before your lordship to see whether how many persons have been appointed, whether the appointments have been given beyond the declared vacancies.
My lord, kindly consider.
My lord, may I get one opportunity to place my
He
application?
has
my
not
lord?
served his application.
I
my lord,
will not
without
have. That
serving.
is my impediment. You have not impeded me.
Not required.
Not
You are
required.
not necessary party.
My leave to appeal is allowed is before division bench.
My lord,
And appeal is the continuous proceeding of the
You have filed an
proceeding.
application, it is
Due
your
to
duty
the
to serve.
payment.
Everybody is appealing. my
Madam,
lord.
for whom
Kindly
is
consider
appearing?
addition of-
Neither he is appearing in.
He has been added.
Atmosphere inside the courtroom is pretty heated up. Don't heat it up further. Right? You say unsuccessful candidates. An inquiry was conducted. I do not know whether you are aware or not. And the inquiry, it was revealed that ineligible candidates have been given appointment.
Whom the inquiry has been conducted?
Now, listen, now, I say by the board.
Yes, last of the board. Report has not been circulated. If the report, we have not been granted any opportunity to file an exception to the report, those reports, anything which has been given.
My lord, what is their right? Board is the recommending authority. The recommending authority is stating that appointments are illegal.
One paragraph.
Report is only
Your
an
petitioner said that the
And
results
last
of the date.
I have switched on the fans also. I do not know why so many people are over here. Why are these candidates over here? Everything is being live streamed.
Yes, ma'am.
You please request. I do not know whose clients are they. They may please leave. It is becoming difficult to run the court.
May I get one, please? My application is there. my lord.
I was in a position to hold closed door arguments over here only because of removing this crowd. And especially when the live streaming is on, there is no requirement of these people to stay inside.
My lord, may I submit one thing? One minute paragraph where they say that they have not participated.
Listen, Mr. Lahiri, there are candidates who have been given appointment. They do not have the requisite qualification. The board has inquired.
94, we are not 94.
So why are you raising your voice?
My humble submission is that
Let the court proceed.
going into a scrutiny, lordship is going into a scrutiny in an adversarial litigation. Moment it is an adversarial litigation, the standings of the writ petitioners have to be seen. The writ petitioners say that it is stated in regard that
This issue has already been settled by the division.
That is, they don't know as to whether they have been successful.
Our allegation is we have not been made qualified because unqualified candidates.
They will not allow. And because of this, my voice will rise and your lordship will say that I am right. Can you see what is being said?
My lord, kindly, what is their locus? They're wasting court's time, my lord.
Yes. We have lost our job once. We have this.
How is he prejudiced? How is Mr. Lahiri's client's
You
prejudiced
say you have
for
lost
publication
your
of
job.
the panel?
You should be happy that you are still there in service. There are others who have not been given the job.
They are not deserving.
How you know?
You are the person to decide.
He
You
is
are the
person
person to decide.
He is the person to decide.
We are successful candidates.
You please remain happy being successful. Remain happy. Let the authorities see. Let the authorities see whether they are.
Is being successful a crime?
What is a crime?
Process.
What is a crime?
We have persons who have not participated.
If they have come up with clean hand, how are they prejudiced by publication of the panel?
How I am prejudiced that your clients who do not have any standing.
What is their locus? What is their locus? They have got appointment legally, illegally. How are they aggrieved if panel is
Are
public?
you aware that the Supreme Court has entertained this writ petition, has permitted the investigation to
Yes.
continue?
I am not standing in the way of anything. There are
In
two
the
parties.
course of investigation, these things will come up. So you cannot stand in the way.
These things, yes. And but in respect of SSC matters, Things came up before the honorable.
It was the same thing
So,
which
it
was
is
said by the analyst.
your submission is simply not being
I will I have
considered
been-
by the court.
I have been
No
appealing-
matter how much you raise your voice.
No, I understand.
Right?
I,
So,
what I'm
please
what I'm
don't.
saying is that in respect of a similar recruitment process with regard to my lord first SLST, we had preferred an application for addition of party. That application for addition of party was dismissed. We went up in appeal. Thereafter, the Honorable Supreme Court, the Supreme Court has recognized our right. So same thing is being done.
My lord, in SLST, my lord, their appointments were terminated. That's why yes.
That was,
No, your appointment was terminated.
that was prior to termination was
That is
for-
regarding OMR sheet publication. That is regarding OMR sheet publication and Act of the School Service Commission case, and this fact is completely different. এতক্ষণ ধরে আমি মুখই খুলিনি ভাই, আমি রেড পিটিশনার হয়ে মুখ খুললাম না, তোমরা পার্টি অ্যাড হলে না, সারাদিন বলে গেল।
My lord, in my application, may I get an opportunity to place my case?
As and when your application comes up, you'll
My application is
Still,
finished, lordship.
let
we are in
it
street.
It has not been. Lordship is hearing the all other can up to 11.
প্যানেল পাবলিকেশন করতে হবে।
But my your lordship is not hearing my application.
আরে আমি রেড পিটিশন,
So what
been solved.
of the petition?
রেড পিটিশন আরে
But
দুটো রেড পিটিশন আছে না।
5 persons filed the writ petition select the appointment of the respondent number 5. The respondent number petition. They were acting in collusion with the respondent number 5. All of them, after failing in the state, they didn't take any steps for the last 4 years. It is their appointments. The writ petitioners along the respondent number 5 went to the office of the board. They are the wrongdoer. There should be inquiry against the writ petitioner first. Writ petition number 2 and 3 were also enlisted with the respondent number 5 in the disputed list.
Admitting there is a disputed list, appointments have been made illegally and panel will not be published. Very good.
Out of 42,000, only 94 has been identified.
I am requesting your learned junior friend not to raise the voice, and you being a senior, you are shouting. When your application-
Your lordship not hearing my cause of action.
You think if you raise your voice, the court will hear you?
No, then
You
your
are
lordship dismiss
handling-
my application.
You are making submission before somebody who is not going to go down if you raise your voice.
Sir, I am also not going to go down for the
Please.
interest of my client. But my application.
That does
Your
not
lordship
mean,
dismiss my application.
Mr. Debormon,
Your lordship,
you
hard all
are-
began. Your lordship,
you
hard all
are
began.
here for a long time.
I am all along in this matter.
Yes.
All along in this matter.
Please remain. The court will hear you as and when the matter is taken up.
not be dismissed.
Your matter will, the court usually do not refuse hearings to anybody. Don't raise your voice. It is not the first time you are appearing before this
Sir,
court.
I don't raise my
Please
voice
don't.
generally, but I am
Please don't.
compelled to do in this
No.
matter. We have already suffered some
If you have suffered,
circumstances.
If you have
Similar
suffered, we will
With your
see to it.
lordship's order,
Please don't raise your voice.
I am not raising my voice. If your lordship hear me, I need not raise my voice.
The midst of the high voltage argument, if I am committed,
You, will you give something light? Because everything is so very high. You need light things now.
but I have a suggestion, that we douse the flames,
Yes.
The Lahiri and they have submitted, that they are not going into the aspect of the investigation.